the same
Yeah.
localized backbone, so that'll be pretty close.
Well, basically, we can set up our own little server.
Yeah. And do, I don't know, Minecraft? What do you think? That's what everybody else does.
Yeah, it used to be something valuable. You'd be like, wow, man, look at us connected. I remember 10 megabits between computers. Woo.
Yeah.
Woo.
You were hauling ass.
It was lit.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I guess, well, I mean, with everything opening up in Kentucky, I guess installing internet probably doesn't matter if it's an essential service or not, but they're coming over on Friday, so we'll see how that goes.
I think it matters. I'd call that essential. That's
yeah.
It's number one. Let's see.
Has been lately. Like I said, something in my neighborhood's killing the traffic.
Yeah, it seems like they'd want to keep you around, though.
Yeah, you'd think. It's the cable company. They don't care.
Hey, everyone.
Actually,
welcome. The
cable company in my town, by the way, is open. Their office hours are it's 8 a.m. to noon, and then they close until 1:15 in the afternoon, and then they shut again at 4 or 5.
Really nice.
Yeah,
great gig.
Which that's how you know they're a monopoly, because nobody would keep those hours if they had competition.
No.
Yeah.
Got a few people in there. Howdy, non sequitur man. The fancy podiums, sometimes I like to mix it up.
Yeah.
Nothing more than that. Thought I'd go back to the crumpled paper set. I'm sweating.
I just realized I do need to load up the Twitch just so I can see what the heck's going
it is
on.
good to see people's comments.
Yeah. So if I kill my own connection, then we only got to deal with it for 2 more days. Hopefully we'll get the fatter connection up by Friday movie night. Down's working on some good stuff, by the way.
I think it'll be good. I hope it'll be good.
How did you get on the rabbit hole to find those things in the first place?
Let's see. It started with, and I hope I'm not getting a delay on here, but I may be. It started with me thinking back to when I got my hunter's education in Idaho. And they would teach you that. You could take that class in 6th grade. And I think one of our math teachers taught us. And I loved it. And they would show the most hilarious videos about getting hypothermia and shooting people in the woods
don't do
accidentally.
That.
So,
don't do that either. Is that it? That's all the training?
Yeah. Somebody said
don't get hypothermia. Don't shoot somebody.
Don't shoot somebody. Oh, also, don't go over a fence with your gun in your hand. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah? Why not?
Because you're going to stumble and then shoot somebody. I mean, it all ends in somebody getting shot, except for the hypothermia, which is, somebody just dying.
Yeah. Well, you could, freeze to death and then shoot yourself, right? I mean.
Absolutely, you could. I learned that you're supposed to get naked and get in that old sleeping bag. So us 6-year-old boys, I mean, that's all we thought about was getting out in the woods with a girl. Let's see.
It sounds like an interesting camp you went to.
Yeah.
You sure you didn't grow up Catholic?
So that led me to just looking at there are lots of movies like this in the 70s, like public service ones that are just horrible. Did you watch any of that selling a car to a woman?
I watched a little bit. I wanted to let it be pristine and see it for the first time on Friday, but I'm sure it's full of all kinds of 70s misogynistic goodness.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I wanted to hold off. All right, I think I got all the stories up. So looking at this, audio and video fine in Masshollandia. Nice, soupy. Smed 7, you're supposed to unload the gun before hopping a fence. Yes, very true. Very true. Hand it to the other guy on the other side. You can do that as well. What you drinking, Drew, is the question. And the answer was a quick boxed wine from somebody. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I went to the dentist today. And since I was in Lexington anyhow, which, again, it's so weird to not go to Lexington for weeks at a time because it's 10 minutes away. It's where everything is. But when everything's closed, whatever. So I went to the dentist because that's open. And then I was like, well, I'm here already. I might as well go hit Total Wine.
Absolutely.
And, continue to stockpile on the alcohol supplies. So I got all that done. But it was so weird going to the dentist. I actually was really disappointed that I couldn't do that via telehealth.
I thought for sure you were going to say you went to the dentist and they kept making comments about your red teeth.
Oh,
But
yeah,
that's where I thought
no.
that was going.
You know, that's where it should have gone for sure. No. I have boring teeth. I've never had a cavity. My teeth came out straight when I was a kid. It's weird.
Kentucky is the only place I've been with a dentist that one of the questions was, do you chew tobacco? That was the only one. I was hoping it was just something they ask everyone, which I think it may have been. I hope it was.
Yeah.
Not just because my teeth look hideous. Yeah, but back to Dallin's childhood. Yes, always. There's lots of it. If you guys want me to talk about potato harvest and how awesome and horrible it is and how great your boogers get, I can cover that too. I got you covered.
Nice.
Yeah.
You are a man of many talents.
I didn't think so until I started talking about growing up. All right. All right. Yeah, Total Wine. I don't know why I was looking up online, but I noticed that they deliver in Lexington. Did you know that?
Oh, they do. I don't think they'll come out to I'm like 15 miles out. They probably won't bring it to me.
They're like too late. The question is if
I
get them to deliver to you while you're at Keeneland.
Oh, I bet they couldn't get through. That would be great.
That would be next level.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, we.
All I gotta say is, when after this is all over, we better not get rid of the delivery alcohol. Like, we need to keep that. They should not back that out.
That seems to be the number one people are enjoying. I don't know how you shut that back down. People are like, I like this.
Better not.
This is how I got it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Question: how do you compliment a girl from Kentucky?
Just sounds like a setup.
Nice tooth. Nice tooth.
No, that's West Virginia. West Virginia's state motto: more tits than teeth.
Fun fact: Drew and I did go to West Virginia for a outing.
Yes, we did.
I mean, you're talking coal country, piles of coal.
Oh, yeah.
What's the Hatfield and McCoys? The names are on the mailboxes.
They're all down there.
Yeah, this is a wild night.
It was.
Very cool.
Every house has somebody buried in the backyard.
Yeah.
And I'm not making that up.
No, you know really exactly where you're going to be buried.
Every house.
What do you do when you move?
To grandma.
What do you do if you move and you're selling your house? You like say, I want visitation rights? You just,
I don't know.
Because you don't just dig them up.
Yeah, I mean, because remember we were staying over at Leela's place and there was a bunch of people out back she wasn't related to, although some of them was related to, but.
Yeah. Too bad the Fark servers migrated to the cloud. Mike really needed that delivery service when he was trying to repair that janky server all the time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he kept that thing together with, like, duct tape and thoughts and prayers, basically, is what that thing ran on. It was pretty cool.
Do you feel bad, though? Because, like, now you're getting fiber. You could have just thrown that in your basement.
Well, yes and no, but, I mean, it's nice to, like, if traffic goes up, not to have to, like, try to figure out how do you order all this equipment and get it configured. Like, what happens now is, like, if our traffic doubled, more servers just spin up out of the ether as long as the traffic's around, and then they go away when we don't need them anymore. I like that a lot better.
Like magic. How's everyone doing tonight? What else do we have going in here? Look at that effing mug. Yes, that is. One of these always makes me... this must have come from a hospital because it's got every measurement on there. And it's got one of those horrible lids on the top.
It's a bedpan.
It is. It's basically, it's like if you told me I need to pee in this, I would think, yes, that's probably accurate.
Let's go for it. Save that for Friday.
I've gone to a new thing. We'll see how long it holds out. But I'm not eating or drinking anything other than water after 7 o'clock.
After? No, you get it before 7 o'clock. You're doing it backwards. You gotta go the other way, man. You gotta.
I'm like, I've been waking up recently. I'm like, what did I eat last night? What did I binge on? It's like I just gotta load up. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, awesome, folks. We are here and we've got stories. Yesterday was, or today, we changed up. The Farkcast was released this morning, wasn't it, Drew?
Yes, it was. It dropped this morning. We moved the drop date to Wednesday because basically we couldn't do Mondays and Sundays were cutting into my drinking time. And Tuesday was just as good, so we started dropping on Wednesday now too, so not bad.
I'm down with it. I love not having to think about a Sunday getting clipped at all. Like wide open day.
Yeah, I know. Now I can go back to day drinking all the time.
There you go. Really, what else?
Thank God.
Right? There's no rules on a Sunday, right? It's wide open. It's an extension
That's what
of
Jesus
Saturday.
Said. Yeah, Jesus said that. It's in the Bible. He said no rules on Sunday. I was like, all
day
right.
for rest. The best way to best rest.
Or whatever.
All right, guys, we've got some news, some interesting news. We've got Drew in the news.
Yeah.
So
for a change.
It's gonna be epic. Man's viral thread from 2016 about time traveling has some scarily accurate predictions about a pandemic. I didn't see that last part.
Yeah, and in fact, the entire article kind of skews that way. So for people who aren't completely caught up in the entire weird-ass saga of this, I sent out a viral tweet on May 1st that implied that I was a time traveler because I made the original one in New Year's Eve of 2015, and then I finished the joke at the beginning of the month 5 years later, and it's been just going and going and going, and it hit TikTok yesterday, apparently, based on the TikToks that people were sending me. So at any rate, I didn't know this was coming because they didn't contact me at all, but Newsweek wrote an entire article about it where they went and they dug back through some of the predictions that I'd made other than things would never be as good as they were before New Year's Eve 2015, which turned out to be dead on. And they found out that I've been accurate about a bunch of other things too, but not only that, but the really strong. I'm a time traveler. I think at some point in there it says I'm not, but the whole article kind of like, we don't know, maybe he is. Well, if you didn't read all the way down, or you weren't looking for that part, you didn't see it. But yeah, that ended up dropping last night during the podcast, which was pretty funny.
It's funny. I didn't remember this.
What did you find there? You highlighted some stuff.
That you actually said states will open up too soon and have to close down again. Oh no, that was from this time. That wasn't a prediction back then. Okay, all right. No.
I said that like 2 weeks ago. That'll be right also, unfortunately.
Yeah, see,
I'm not actually.
I would take this time to establish a cult. You've got a position of a vocal voice. You've got people listening. You could lead them down the way to giving them your finances and anything else that a cult benefits. I mean, you had that opportunity right there, especially people with TikTok.
I totally could. And not only that, but it's like, so I've gotten an additional 15,000 Twitter followers, and I'm guessing, because none of the other platforms that this thing has jumped over to, like it's been pretty quiet on Twitter itself for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
None of the other platforms link to me. So it's literally people typing in my name and finding me and following me. And as far as I can tell, the last 10 to 15,000 of them are all like 16 to 20-year-old girls. And I know that they probably are girls because they're not hitting on me or asking to date or anything. What they are asking me is like, am I going to be famous? Is my friend going to be famous? And the number one question that I got today is when is One Direction going to come back?
Wow. That is a great question, though. I like that question.
Which if I was a 16-year-old girl, I'd probably care a lot, but I'm not, and I don't. It's important to them. That's pretty cool. Good for them. But it's really funny because, man, they're way more active. Like all these 15,000 lazy people following me before. Like I'd post something, and it's not like I'm hilarious all the time or anything. Oh, before they wouldn't do anything. The earlier guys, because I don't know what the deal is, but the 15,000 16 to 20-year-old tweeting everything I put out there. So, but it's mostly because I'm predicting stuff. So we'll see how that goes. At any rate, but it's a weird crowd actually. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know if they're going to make it onto Fark or not. Let me know if that happens, if anybody sees them around.
That would be awesome. My main beef with this is why not a picture of you? I mean, there's plenty of pictures.
Yeah.
It could have said former governor, running for governor, whatever you call that.
Gubernatorial candidate.
That one is a time traveler. That's a great title right there.
Yeah, they missed that one, so we're stuck with it.
Brazil jumps to third in COVID-19 cases worldwide. Wow, can they reach
I love
number
the photo,
one?
by the way. Look at that photo. It's like, yes, yes. All he needs to be doing, like, threes instead of one.
He's doing the praise Jesus. I just scored a touchdown kind of thing.
Yeah. We're number one. Yeah.
You never want this move
yet,
right there. You always want to have the shirt long enough. You don't want that little slit of belly.
Yeah.
At least I don't. Okay. So Brazil's rocking it, huh?
Yeah, they are. And actually, jump to the next page. I found a graph.
Oh, okay.
For us.
Awesome. 18,000. That's pretty high.
Yeah, that's a lot. And not only that, if you go down to look at daily new cases, which is there pretty quick. That's a bar graph. Two bar graphs is daily new cases and daily new deaths. Those graphs are bad, including the daily new deaths where, look, they clocked in a New York City level yesterday, and that's bad. That's really bad. And they're not even slowing down.
Why didn't it hit there later, do you think?
I don't actually know why. It looks like their ramp started closer to like the beginning of April based on that.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether or not that's lack of testing. Brazil, as you may know, because we've talked about this on the live stream before, his president doesn't believe it exists. And/or believes that Brazilians have a natural genetic immunity to coronavirus. But based on this graph, I'm going with no, that's not true.
Well,
it's not working out for them.
Scientifically proven that Brazilian women have the largest booties on the planet. So
correct.
It would kind of stand to reason that coronavirus can't get past that booty. Cannot.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's all dudes dying. We could be so lucky.
Actually,
so the reason I put this graph up was because the 16 to 20-year-old girls, a lot of Brazilians. Were asking me, how's it going? So instead of like make some kind of random ass prediction, I got drunk last night and started answering questions. So I pulled it up and I was like, so they said, what's going to happen to Brazil? I'm like, I don't know. Let me see the graph. And I pulled this graph up and I was like, whoa. And I was like, it's not looking good. And I just copy and pasted this. And they're like, oh, that's depressing. And I'm like, sorry. But if you wanted me to predict how it's going to go, I don't see that ramp slowing down is what I'm saying.
No, it's party time in Brazil.
Yeah. Well, and so on the same token, I also got asked, how's it going in India? And I'm like, I don't know. I have not looked.
Are they still
we
locked
haven't heard
down?
much. Ish. I mean, there's 1.2 billion of them. It's hard to keep them all in. Check out their graphs, though. You get the same problem, except it's India. They're not as bad as Brazil yet, but they have way more potential to get back.
They do have potential. That is a
They
fact.
got a lot of potential, man. And it's, oh, boy.
Yeah.
Now, still, that's only like, it's 100, that's 150 right there, but it's not good. Is what I'm saying.
It's crazy because we're so far beyond in our deaths. So far beyond. I don't know if we can be caught. I don't know if it's possible.
I think Brazil maybe has a shot. They've got a decent sized population. I looked it up because I was trying to figure out like how screwed are they at 1,000 a day. Their population's 200 million. So pretty screwed is the answer to that. It depends on where all the cases are coming. India though, man, India could lap all of us because they've got
absolutely could.
They got the reserves.
They do. Although China kept it very minimal.
Yeah,
for what we know.
As far as we know. Yeah, as far as we know.
The public do not understand logarithmic graphs used to portray COVID-19. That is a fact. That is a fact. I think we should all take a refresher course before we tweet something. At least I should.
Yeah. So the best part about it is that whoever wrote this, I think, forgot to explain how to read the graph. They just say, if you scroll down to they just say, look at how different these things are, and people don't know what it is. And I guess, I don't know, it's like an in-joke. Like, they're not going to tell us. It's like, if you don't know how to read a logarithmic graph, we're not going to go into it.
34 comments. Yeah. Does anyone bring that up? I always love, no. You know what's interesting is looking at the lack of ads and just the text. This seems a lot more on the scientific side. What is this? It is.
In fact, it's from so all of the, you know how all of our universities are .edus?
Yes.
In England, they are .ac.uk for, I guess, academic or something. So this is, I didn't look to see who this was.
Blogs, lse.ac.
London School of Economics is my guess.
Well, that's a place I'm not going, but it's good to know that we have problems reading.
Yeah. And math.
Recovered coronavirus patients shed dead virus particles. No risk of contagion. South Korean research.
Okay,
What
this
does
is
that
both
mean?
interesting. Yeah, this is both interesting and wrong. But it's partially right. It's journalists not understanding how stuff works and using the wrong word. So the virus can't be dead because it's not alive. And it's not inert because either the virus is a virus or it's not a virus. Like, that's straight up how it works.
Okay.
Here's the deal, though. What people are shedding, though, is pieces of it that look close enough to the virus. So whether that's fragmented pieces of virus or whether that's, whatever, it's what the tests are detecting. And so it turns out that is what's causing people to test positive a second time after they've had COVID.
Yeah, and I think early on they hypothesized that because they're like, it doesn't make sense that they'd be getting reinfected and all of that.
Well, and they weren't sick. But the important thing is you're
Right.
not getting sick twice, and they're not contagious. They're just dropping stuff that if you run a test on it, will give you a positive for COVID.
I like that it's like
That's what's going on.
It's like COVID dandruff. It's just little flakes of
basically.
it. Little flakes.
Yeah, it's disgusting, but it's not going to kill you. Right, perfect.
There you go. Coronavirus football. FC Seoul apologizes for sex dolls in stands.
So there was another article related to this. This happened on Mondays, and people have probably seen it already. I just thought it was hilarious. Not only that, but notice how the sex dolls are socially distanced also.
Well,
like they're trying to keep the sex dolls from infecting each other with latex coronavirus. I don't know how that works.
well,
and I give them points for trying, right? What was really funny was, and I lost this one, I could not find the search terms to get it. There was another stadium, and I don't remember if it was in the Korean Baseball League or where it was, where they filled the stadium with inflatable dolls, but they said the non-sex variety. And I was like, there's a non-sex variety of inflatable doll.
Yeah.
Like, who orders that? Like, what's that good for?
No, definitely. I can see that. That sounds more like a Japanese thing to me, where it's like you don't have interaction with other people and you just need something to hug. Is what I'm thinking, because it's just your companion, or it's just they say this is our non-sex model, and then on the side they're like, you just gotta
wink.
push this button over here. It converts.
Yeah. Make sure you sell it when you say non-sex, because if anybody looks, they're going to find out.
You can tell your mom this is the non-sex version.
Here's the other thing about this too is like, well, one quick follow-up. I went to buy a pig. There's actually an inflatable sex pig that you can get for a friend of mine.
No.
Yeah. Totally.
Like Black Mirror level?
Well, no. It's just like it's like an inflatable beach ball with a couple of, weirdly placed orifices. But I was going to buy it for a friend of mine for his birthday as a joke. And it was like $50. And I was like, hell no. So the thing about sex dolls is they're not cheap either.
No.
Like, I mean, if you were going to put anything, like I think mannequins or homeless people would be way, way more affordable than sex dolls. Those things are expensive.
They are. Coronavirus-shaped hailstones are a message from God to stay at home.
Well, if anything is, that's got to be it. Although, based on the video and the photo, go ahead and roll the video right there. I'll talk over it.
This is a video right here? Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's round.
Yeah, that doesn't look, unless on the microscopic level, it's looking very similar.
Yeah. But I would say that a hailstone the size of a golf ball probably is a sign from God to stay home, if anything would be, other than like, tornadoes or lightning storms or whatever.
It doesn't want to play. Watch the
video.
That's
okay.
I'm clicking on it.
It's rather large, strange-looking hail.
Okay. All right. I'm a believer. I believe it.
There you go. It's a message from God, everyone.
We definitely need to pay attention to those special messages.
Yes.
Oh, if I can swap over, not even SNL could not write something as ridiculous as this actual real news report from my local station.
If you have not seen this is 2 minutes long, but it's worth seeing the whole thing.
Flocks here to Bolivar Peninsula to make the most of their time while out.
Been in quarantine, and I need to get out.
Quarantine! That's 2 words. Quarantine.
What's better than beach and a few drinks and Jeeps? Man, getting better than that.
You should have said your boobs, and then she took her top off.
Yeah. There's other stuff.
Oh, there's the boobs.
This is actually the Go Topless party, by the way.
Are reopening following the coronavirus pandemic.
Look at these guys.
And beachgoers like Chelsea Collier.
We don't look in great
precautions
this
to
is
stay safe.
Wash them hands for 20 seconds and keep them
See,
clean
they're drunk
with
and they're
the
being
trash.
careful.
Totally.
At last
She's
year's
having a
Go
great
Topless
time.
event, chaos erupted About 80 people were arrested. 6 people were taken
Oh, that's
to the
sweet.
hospital.
That's
But
Florida
this
right
time
there.
around, The Galveston County
That's
Sheriff's
Texas, actually.
Office
Oh, it's
has
Texas?
enlisted the help
Yeah, it's
of
Galveston,
30
though, so
DPS
it's-
troopers.
Come down
Tropical
and have a good
Texas.
time. You have a good time, there's no issues. But when you start acting silly,
No, silly? I
said on the
can't be
previous
silly?
interview, we've got a jail that's got a whole lot of empty holes.
The sheriff's office
Holes.
has made at least 63
We got
arrests
holes in that jail.
Jeez.
Let's just lay that right out there.
As for the enforcement of social distancing,
I want to go to the
they say
beach.
it's challenging to enforce.
I mean, you can't. It's just
No kids
not
on that beach. That is,
possible to do that
that's an
on this
adult
beach with the
situation
amount of
there.
people that we
These
have.
people ate the kids.
It's just you can't do that.
The
Not-
additional
not
presence
one
of
in
law
shape
enforcement
person there.
has been a welcoming
No.
sight for beachgoers, given the history of
Law
Oh,
enforcement's definitely made their visitability and made people
Their visibility.
Visibility.
not be as crazy. The cops are doing their job as long as they don't be mean to people who are actually being innocent. Then I'm all gravy, baby.
this event. And if you missed
Gravy,
out on
baby?
today's
I like that one.
You can come out tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
The
hope
Galveston County Sheriff Office
they gave
says
him points for his
act
reporting.
responsible while having fun. Reporting here from Bolivar Peninsula, Jordan.
Look at him.
James,
He's like,
12 News.
white people
Jordan.
are so dumb.
Jordan killed it on that one.
He did.
I mean,
he did
he-
a great job of not totally cracking up and dying
I
laughing
mean,
at all these morons.
first of all, he found the foundation of his story. Like, you find that
Yeah.
girl, you just ride her to the end. That was awesome.
Oh, hell yeah. They probably talked to her for an hour.
Oh, I really cranked that up. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
Revel ransomware found buyer for Trump data, now targeting Madonna. That's wild.
All right,
That's
so this-
quite a. You're definitely going to have to teach me on this one.
This is a little complicated. There's a little backstory to it. So this article first showed up in the news cycle last week, but very suspiciously on a Monday both times. Which, I mean, either or maybe they're just hackers that are good at PR. But anyway, so last week they popped up and they said they'd hacked a law firm. It was the law firm to the stars. It was Grubbinshire, Masalis, and Sachs, GSM Law. I don't know who they are, and I can't pronounce their names either. But what happened was that last week they claimed that they had all kinds of files on Donald Trump, and they were going to release him unless somebody paid him $42 million. And I was like, yeah, okay, good luck with that. In fact, I mean, I feel like they should have a bidding war. Be like, who wants it? Like, because they claim somebody paid it, which I really don't believe that that's the case, because that man has no shame. I mean, what could they possibly put out there where people are like, oh man, my mind has totally changed about Donald Trump. I don't
Right.
think he's a good person anymore after these last 4 years. I think I'm going to vote against him. No, there's no chance of that
No,
happening.
you're not changing anyone. Although I would have gone about it. How about this? Would this work if you would line item list like, okay, video of Russian Tea Party, and you're like, that's what I have, and then you
Yeah.
sell off that piece, and then you say, I have proof of somebody murdering someone. Okay, I want to buy that piece for that. I don't know. It's weird. Like, well, maybe they just want to get out all in $42 million one time shot.
I don't think these guys have what they claim to have. So, and I don't think anybody paid him $42 million, because nobody would. Who cares? But here's the kicker though, is that so then their follow up is now they're going after Madonna, and again, same problem. Madonna is a terrible target for the same reason that Donald Trump is a terrible target. What are you going to drop on Madonna where she's going to be like, oh no, my reputation is destroyed? I can't believe they let that out. I mean, there's literally nothing. So I don't know that these guys are just screwing around. They don't have anything.
Have you seen Madonna recently? She's
No.
if you check her out through coronavirus, she did like early on like these videos in her bathtub. First of all, I was like, that's Madonna? Who is that person? She just very much changed, and then they're just weird. I mean, if you want to go down a weird hole tonight, go see Madonna.
There you go. Nice job.
NASA scientists
That was-
detect evidence of parallel universe where time runs backward.
Yeah, because we needed this to happen this week, right? Yeah. So this popped up yesterday. Basically, what happened was that the reporter tries to explain exactly what they detected, and the upshot is they detected particles. Here's the simplest version I can give you: when particles have very, 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 what those are. Turns out there were particles that were too big to pass through the Earth that were shooting away from the Earth. One possible explanation is they're from a parallel universe and going back in time. The other possible explanation is way more boring than that. But guess which one these guys ran with?
I love
Exactly. In fact, it says it down at the bottom, actually. The last paragraph / sentence in the entire article is, We're left with the most exciting or the most boring possibilities, said Ibrahim Safa, who worked on the experiment, which basically means, well, he's like, it could be, rainbow farting unicorn from Dimension X, or it's completely explainable. But you guys choose what you want to publicize. I like to believe that there's another parallel universe where I've shaved.
I love it. I love it. Now, did you see the latest Rick and Morty? Because I feel like this story was written to go right along with it, because there's a whole thing. I think
I saw the one before. Which was the latest one?
Latest one was the vat of acid, and maybe it was the one before. But it's he wanted to have a time traveling machine. Morty does, and so
that I didn't see.
And he hates time travel. He's like, it's stupid, doesn't exist, and all that. Anyway, it's a great episode, but this story reminded me of it. Like, they totally, other dimensions and time running backwards. Maybe this is a plan. It's a tie-in. This editorial team ditches Zoom and instead starts using Red Dead Redemption for meetings. Here's how it goes for them. I like this idea.
Scroll down because they listed a bunch of tweets, and the individual tweets are actually pretty good. So basically the upshot was the Zoom sucks. And honestly, they're not wrong about that. In fact, Zoom sucks so bad, I can't believe that's a $40 billion company that has one product that's really substandard. So people have been looking for alternatives to this, and somebody started using Red Dead Redemption, which is a Western horror game. And it turns out they talk about how to use it. Like they said, it's kind of fun because basically they meet and they sit around the campground and they tell stories out in the middle of the woods. And it said basically it says every once in a while they hear a shotgun go off in the woods. They'd be like, oh my god, what was that? And you're like, don't worry, we're fine. And then occasionally like people will show up and have to kill them. They also said that this is actually like it's fun, but it's a terrible idea because in order to get to the point where you can have a virtual meeting in Red Dead Redemption, and not Red Dead Redemption 2, by the way, because you have to do a bunch of intro quests and online modes, which takes about an hour.
Oh my God.
But you still have to do a bunch of tutorials to get through it. So the upshot is that the only reason they started using Red Dead Redemption was because they were already playing it. And they're like, you know what? Why don't we just meet while we're at it? Because, we're already all in this damn game. So let's do that.
You're telling me it's not going to work so well for my company, who can barely get on with Microsoft Teams. So.
No.
Sometimes the game forgets that the camp exists, and suddenly you just sit in the dark woods with the wolves. That is cool. Yeah. I like the idea. Sounds fun.
Yeah, Zoom does that too, by the way. That's happened to me before. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Husband attempts to make bed for first time in 45 years, and it does not go well.
So we've got this running trope on Fark, torn from the pages of the Bangor Daily News, which is the most boring
I've been to Bangor.
On the
You've
entire
been
planet.
to Bangor.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Not much going on up there.
No.
So this, however, is unusual because this could be torn from the pages of The Onion, because this seems like one of those sort of, hey, we need 2 more articles this week. Anybody got an idea for one? I know. How about we do one about a guy who can't make a bed? Except this is in the Mirror in England, and apparently it's like most good articles based off of something somebody saw on Instagram. Where it's actually true. It does check out. The husband had not made the bed in 45 years and he tried to do it. And, what's funny is that it looks like the main problem he had was too many goddamn pillows, which I can totally sympathize with.
That totally looks like pillows a guy put together.
Totally. Well, if you scroll down, you'll see all the other things, including did you get to the clown farm or clown barn that he put together with him?
Oh, gosh.
Go down a couple of it looks pretty good.
Dang, I hit the refresh. Oh, very nice. The prison. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. You got the flamingos.
He's like a guy. He's like your steward on a cruise ship making things for you.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I understand his confusion about multiple pillows because I have one pillow and I don't know what I would do with 2, 3, or 6. I understand that people have them, but I don't know where they go. It's kind of like when you have those 3 salad forks, and you're setting the table for real and you're like, one of these goes on the outside, but I can't remember which one.
Oh, I sleep high. I've got 4 pillows. I'm a 4-pillow person.
Damn.
It's
why have a bed?
I'm basically sitting up in my sleep. I don't know why, but I like it that way. Also, a little inside knowledge on Dallin, I sleep with my legs crossed for the most part. Crisscross applesauce as I sleep on my back. Yeah, crazy times.
It's like yoga.
It almost looks like when the dogs fall asleep with their legs wide open, which is gross.
Yep.
Caroline County family finds nearly $1 million in cash in middle of road. Nice.
Yeah, so that's literally the story. To me, the most insane thing is like when people find stuff and they turn it in, like when they find $100 and they turn it in, I'm like, that's really nice. You find $1,000 and I'm like, that's really nice. You find $1 million. Okay, now I've got a problem. Okay, now, what the hell are you doing? These people like live in a mobile home. I mean, this is enough money to buy crystal meth for at least a year. And they turn it in to people, and who knows what the hell is going on with it. Also, what's weird is that they're not entirely sure where the giant bags of money came from.
Well, it's no doubt it wasn't like somebody was going to make a deposit at the bank with a legit thing. You lose $1 million. It was cash.
Yeah,
I mean,
cash,
it's not
$1 million in cash.
It's not a check sitting out there, so it's cash.
No,
it's like, yeah, this is the start of a simple plan. This is how they could have simple plan in, where was this at? Caroline County?
I think, Virginia, Caroline County, Virginia, wherever the hell that is.
Could have had their own simple plan going on. Now it's just going to sit with the county, and then the county will divvy it up when nobody comes for it.
Yeah, it'll just become tax receipts, and well, they can buy a new school with it. That'll be nice.
Oh, nice. Well, too bad. Melon-headed and malicious, 2 suspects stole from Sheets with watermelons on their heads.
So this also was earlier in the week, and I did this on the radio on Tuesday, but this is way better on video. Go ahead and roll it because this is awesome.
Will do. I hope she has an accent.
And first of all, by the way, I can't figure out, everybody's got masks now, so you don't need to put a watermelon on your head, but these guys decided to go for it.
All right, this sign is really chugging. I need to close some other things. Why are you not? Come on. All right, I'm going to close you. Oh, she just came back. There she is.
Looks like you need some tires, by the way.
There we go. All right, talk to me, lady.
Why would they do that? It's so stupid.
2 people wearing watermelons on their heads, eye holes and all. Not a typical sight anywhere, let alone a Sheets on the corner of Courthouse Road and East Main Street.
Oh, Sheets is a
The
store.
pair were caught on surveillance footage and allegedly stole from the store back on May 5th after police say they arrived around 9:30 at night in a black lifted truck.
Nice. Yeah, they got great
The
cars.
truck is not hidden very
He
well.
was kind of blown away when he saw the photos.
In a time like this, you could have wore any kind of mask, but to come over to
no kidding. Don't you have 20 in your car?
Police now tell us they've arrested one of the 2 suspects. Justin M. Rogers is facing several charges.
He looks like a guy who would
wear
that. Definitely.
Yeah, he does.
While committing larceny.
I'm surprised they weren't
Plus
TikTok in
misdemeanor
this.
charges for stealing alcohol and hiding alcohol while underage at the time. Needless to say, Candace Wendt is now wondering why someone would even take the time to make a melon mask.
The amount of work that you have to do to actually hollow out a watermelon.
Good point.
I think they were just eating watermelon and had a brilliant idea. That's what I think happened.
Oh, I love it. Smoking doobs and...
They're like, man, we should do something with this leftover watermelon, right?
Identify the identity of the
This guy looks about as old as I thought his voice was.
Yeah.
On WRIC.com.
I like how they're working on this second identity. Why don't you ask the first guy? He's 16. He's going to totally sell that guy out.
Could be his friend. Who knows?
Yeah, they might know each other.
All right. We've got Skunk Ape. Here's how Gatorland will enforce social distancing. Gatorland, it sounds like a Florida place, perhaps?
Yeah, it is a Florida place. It's in Orlando. I assume they have gators there. I thought for a while that maybe Florida is not just stupid. Maybe there's a translation error. And I feel like if you were ever going to teach social distancing to Floridians, what better way to do it than with Skunk Ape? Because surely they understand distancing from Skunk Ape, right?
Want to keep spending your retirement?
That's a weird name, Skunk Ape. Does it say what that comes from?
Yeah, it's their local Bigfoot.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But apparently
that's their
Skunk
thing.
Ape is where they went.
All
right. It looks a lot more like a Chewbacca, though.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
We told you earlier
There's
in
another
the
kid.
hour about Gatorland's plans to reopen, and it turns out the attraction has a unique way to make sure people stay socially distant.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, social distancing skunk ape.
See?
It's kind of like that Jack Link's
Floridian connection.
Oh my gosh.
As you can see, that skunk ape there, that's a skunk ape, who's the cousin to the elusive Bigfoot, will be working to remind people to keep their
This guy
distance
doesn't like
and
reporting
keep their
on
hands
this.
clean. Gatorland says the new
he's like,
edition
I
will
gotta
be
sign
there
this.
to greet guests
Yeah.
whenever they reopen.
Well, that is
okay.
Yay.
What a greeting.
I would say this a lot doing local news. That's certainly something.
That's certainly something. I hope they run that commercial on Fox News to teach all those guys how to socially distance, because I feel like Skunk Ape is way more relatable, because he'd be like, yeah, I wouldn't stand next to that guy.
Next time I'm in
perfect sense
Florida,
now.
I definitely want to go there. That sounds awesome. BBC commentator narrates hilarious penguin race. Awesome.
I love the sports narrators. Just run this. It's great.
Hopefully it does. It looks like I've got a little.
There you go.
I may have to.
After the commercial for religious tires or whatever you're going to get. Hey, look, a Total Wine ad. Check it out.
That's.
It's listening. They're listening to us.
Definitely listening.
Those bastards.
Fark.com, sponsored by Total Wine. That would be. They just
more
pay
like powered by.
Powered by, yeah. Facts are
powered by Total Wine.
Facts are facts.
To Phillip Island, Victoria in Australia. What a setting we have for this great sport.
Oh, I like his voice.
And away they go. There's the defending champion wearing his familiar navy blue and white, great waddling style. Another pre-race favourite though, losing touch with the pack. Maybe that's why. Too many fish in the day's feeding. There's a familiar face, Skip McIntyre, 8 times a champion back in the 90s, a very successful coach now, keeping a keen eye on proceedings. This the leading group, 1 or 2 still able to put on a show for the camera, others just ploughing straight over it. Some resorting to shortcuts. Sad that cheating has crept into this beautiful sport. The judges will have a look at that. But up at the front, the pace is relentless, closing in on those sand dunes that will offer a bed for the night. The fatigue starting to tell.
It looks very late at night.
Kick up on the outside. Yeah, what a turn of pace from that one. Whichever one it is. No answer from the rest, and he takes victory. What a win. There we are, into the Borough building an extension with his winnings, and back tomorrow to try and defend his title.
With it being nighttime, I swear that whoever that zoo is just playing with the animals, running the animals at night. Just having a great
probably.
time.
Who knows?
Just having a great time. Awesome sauce. New naming him. All right. New naming him Meow was a mistake.
I'll cut to the chase. It's a soccer goalie joke. Just go ahead and run the article.
All right.
It's getting a cat on
run the
they
video.
will do anything in their power to make your day worse. Observe.
It's true. They will.
Dynamism, wonderful
Oh, it's the cat. Is this a different cat?
Yeah.
He slaps Messi's header over the bar. And then a great.
Have you tried this with your cats?
No, I haven't. I really hope one of them can do this.
Well, they are assassins of birds. Oh, nice
Yeah,
move. Oh. That looks fun. I'm going to give him that.
I have ever seen. Crawley's and Bar. He's made the save on the halfway line. It's getting a cat.
Very nice. Very nice. Oh, I love it.
There you go.
There you go.
And that's everything.
That's everything, yeah. Which is great. That was a good mix, a good assortment, some nice COVID stuff.
Some stuff you need to know, and a lot of stuff you don't, and some cats and penguins.
Now, was I wrong, or did Kentucky open up stores today? I thought I read that.
Yeah, they did, although not a lot of them did open up. Apparently, like, the mall opened up, and it was nobody went, and half the stores were open. I mean, I'm not going. I mean, wait, I'm waiting for the vaccine. I'm holding out.
Right. It's like, what do you want to do? No, I mean, I do want to find a way to support businesses that I have in the past. I wouldn't mind going and seeing things. I like that idea, but it does bring that at this point, in a lot of ways, you kind of have to have that need, like a box of wine, like a ham, whatever, I don't know. So,
and it better be worth risking getting the COVID. So, meanwhile, I can still order everything to my house. So, like I said, I went to the dentist today, and I'm like, damn it, I had to drive there. I mean, you can't clean your teeth at home easily.
Oh, not
so
yet.
I get it, but I was really put out by that. I was like, man, I'm getting so lazy now. Everything was being done by the phone, and now I got to actually go there.
Why don't we just sell a module that you fit into your mouth, and then we remotely go in and clean each individual tooth? We just do that. We can even extract. We can do a lot of things like that. We've done the,
that'd be pretty cool.
We have done the doctor call over the over the Zoom.
Yeah.
And,
oh, that's way better too. Just saving the drive. Like that's an hour I got back, you know?
Well, absolutely. And if they want to know how tall I am, hey, I'll shoot that to you. I'll give you a weight. Only thing, what can I do? I guess all I need is like an iPhone rectal thermometer, and then I can hook them up.
There you go.
Yeah.
Train the dogs.
Absolutely.
Or tie it to the door and back into it or something. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Let me know when you figure this out. I'm kind of curious how this works.
Sounds good. What are you up to the rest of the night?
Doing a trivia night with parents from our school.
Oh, cool. That's a good idea.
And doing that. It's just really an excuse to drink and say hi and see what everybody's doing. And then I'm going to pass the hell out and wake up tomorrow and do it all again. So, yeah.
I want to show you one thing I recently bought that I'm a big fan of. I hope other people are a fan of, too. Okay, I've totally converted over from the regular Nerf guns to the Nerf Rivals.
Oh, yeah, those are good.
These are the ones that shoot the balls.
Yeah.
And this one is the absolute best because it's a shotgun.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want a pump? Anyway, that's my...
How do the dogs like it? Do they enjoy it?
You know what? They leave the balls alone.
They do?
They leave it alone. They don't mess with it. So they know it's mine. Now, the kids aren't happy when I shoot them. So...
Well, whatever. They can just deal.
Yeah, it's my teaching instrument. They're on the other side of this screen.
That's how you learn.
Tag them, they're gone.
Yep.
All right, man, we are going to be back. I've got time tomorrow. You got time tomorrow?
I do.
Okay, we're going to do that.
Again.
Then we'll do Friday. We're going to do the, we've got a hodgepodge of films. I guess you could call them films.
Terrible instructional videos, it sounds like, is the theme.
That is a great theme. So if you have any terrible instructional videos that you've enjoyed in the past and you think we might, let Drew know. You can reach him on Twitter, Drew Curtis, at Drew Curtis, or you can, of course, Fark. Do it through Fark. So why not do that? All right. Awesome, guys. Good getting with you, Drew, tonight. And we'll keep on trucking. And
sounds good.
I don't know how to end these things, you know? I don't know.
I don't either.
What do you do? Yeah, somebody says, see you tomorrow, folks.
Smoke bomb.
The Gratefully Alive says, damn, I work tomorrow and Friday. So, I mean, that's something to say. So,
at least you're working.
Unless you're working. Awesome. All right. See y'all later.